Hello fellow lovers of the liminal and the weird, and welcome to another video by Liminal Spaces. I recently met a person locally here that has been watching the channel, and when he saw my book haul with Richard Rempel at my local Friends of the Library bookstore, he realized that we lived right by each other, and he had quite a collection of fantasy and science fiction that he had come into recently and wanted to talk about a trade. So he sent me his list, and I went and looked at what he had and had a wonderful time. It's always great to meet new sci-fi friends. And we made a trade, so that's what this book haul is going to be about today. When I first arrived at his house, we started going through this collection that he had recently got. And we're looking through books, finding good stuff. I had brought a box of stuff on his list that I had found for him in my collection. And we were just kind of organizing and talking, having a good time. At which point, I was introduced to some of his pets. And I want to start there, because it's always fun meeting new sci-fi people. But you know, I also love the animals, so I was able to meet Peyton, his collie. It was a wonderful dog. I was able to play with her a lot and pet her. And whenever you pet on her ears, she would growl, but it was a happy growl. Absolutely wonderful. Next, I was able to meet Tuco, which I called a Maine Coon, and I forgot what Joe called him. They're not 100% Maine Coon. There's a specific name for him. Joe, hopefully in the comments you will tell us the name of the breed that Tuco is. Loved meeting Tuco. And then I also got to meet Pudge. And Pudge was under this little piece of furniture, but I was able to pet Pudge, and then he rolled over and showed me his belly. It was absolutely fantastic. So I got to meet a new science fiction friend, a fan of the channel, and also 3 incredible pets. And the book haul was incredible. So let's jump into that. We got a couple of cool ace doubles from him. Here's Telepath versus Alien, Time Thieves. And that is by Dean Koontz. I gotta read one of these old Dean Koontz science fiction stories just to see what his science fiction is like. On the other side, it has Against Arcturus, A Battleground for Two Empires by Susan K. Putney. Don't know who Susan K. Putney is. But cool covers. Ace double, really good condition on that one. Another one I got was, on one side it's Lalia, In the Place of Miracles, Dumares seeks the one answer the universe cannot grant him. This is by E.C. Tubb. I haven't read any Tubb, but he's a pretty prolific writer from what I understand. And then I got, on the other side, Recoil. And this is by Claude and Rhoda Nunes. And I've never heard of these people, but this looks like early Kelly Freyas. Yeah, Kelly Freyas. That's Kelly Freyas art there. I think I really like Kelly Freyas art. I can always spot him, I feel like. Yeah, this looks interesting. The more the aliens tampered, the more the inexplicable the human reaction. Oh, this cover and interior art is by George Barr. So, a couple of ace doubles to add to the collection. I was also able to get Dragons, Elves, and Heroes, edited by Lynn Carter. This is Lynn Carter taking old mythic literature and making an anthology out of it. It's got stuff from the Volsung Saga, Beowulf, the Mabinogion, the Shan Namaha, I don't know that one, and the Kalevala, and many more. The cool thing about this is it's part of the Ballantine Adult Fantasy set that I am trying to collect, and I absolutely needed this one, so fantastic. I got a book by Brian Aldiss called The Dark Light Years. The Utods, their bodies are massive, animal-like, yet they possess physical and mental powers unlike anything known to man. Yeah, this looks scary. Looks like a quick read. I haven't read any Brian Aldiss yet. Yeah, I'm looking forward to reading more Brian Aldiss. Another thin one, The Ballad of Beta 2 by Samuel Delany. Between the Distant Stars Lay Terror. Love this cover. Cover art by Kelly Freyas. I swear, his stuff is really incredible. think he might be my favorite science fiction cover artist, Kelly Freyas. Another Delaney, the Einstein Intersection. I don't know what's the best Delaney to start with. I know that in spring I'm going to be doing a Delaney book with Ira from SF Words of Wonder, and I don't know which one we're doing. I can't remember. It's the one that is on the list of books that he's been going over. The cover art on this is by Jack Gaughan, or Gauguin. I think it's Gaughan is how you pronounce his name. I got a Ballantine book, The Mask of Cthulhu, and this is specifically August Derleth's Cthulhu stories, which I do not have enough Derleth in my library, and I'm really looking forward to reading some of his stuff. No idea who did the cover art on that one. The Trail of Cthulhu, another August Derleth book. These have great covers. It's too bad they don't say who did them. Yeah, so cool August Derleth Cthulhu stuff. I got some Philip K. Dick, and it was awesome because these are the ones that I kind of needed in my set. The Clans of the Alphane Moon, I don't think I had any copy of. So this is wonderful to get this, and it's in such good condition. This is a Dell. It was $1.95 when it came out. The Fun People of Alpha 3 M2. Yeah, I don't know anything about this. It doesn't tell us who did the cover. I only know Philip K. Dick's works that people consider really incredible. I haven't jumped into any of his works that aren't brought up as much, so I'm looking forward to doing that. Another one I didn't have, and this one's super famous, Scanner Darkly. I just didn't have a copy of this, so I am so happy to get this, and I'm excited to read it. This is considered one of his best. Cover art by Carlos Ochagavia. And this apparently has an incredible movie version, kind of half animated, half movie version. So once I read this, I'll check out that as well. The Zap Gun. I already had a copy of this, but this cover is so incredible, I had to grab it. Plus, again, the condition is just great. I like that green. No, unfortunately, it doesn't tell us who did the cover art on this, but boy, look at that crazy cover art. Murray Leinster, The Brain Stealers. Cool cover. The only thing I've read by Murray Leinster is the First Contact story. And I liked that, so doesn't tell us who did this cover, unfortunately. Good to check some of the more Leinster out. Really happy about this. Stanislaw Lem, The Invincibles, Ace Science Fiction Special, number 4. Great cover. Did not have this in any form, so I was so excited to see this, and that Joe was willing to trade for it. Doesn't tell us who did the cover for that one. Got an H.P. Lovecraft, The Color Out of Space. Cool front cover on that one. Looks like Frank Belknap Long did the introduction or the preface. I don't know how you say his middle name. It does not tell us who did the cover on this, but very cool Lovecraft book. I have a pretty good stack of Barry Malzberg, but there was a couple there that I did not have. Tactics of Conquest. This isn't one that I'd even seen before. It's a pyramid book. It was 95 cents when it first came out. Doesn't tell us who did the cover. The Gamesman, or The Gamesman. Red all the way around. Very good condition. He had a will to win. He was quick enough to stay alive. His macabre intrigues made him the Gamesman. Front cover illustration by Ed Soika. Awesome illustration there. On a Planet Alien. Wild cover on that one. On a Planet Alien. Of course, we lost Barry Malzberg just last month. Front cover illustration by Charles Mole. Wild illustration. From the Fantastic Worlds of A. Merritt. The Ship of Ishtar. This looks interesting. Ship of Love, Ship of Doom. The goddess of love and beauty was adrift on an enchanted ocean in a magic world. The myriad forces of satanic evil plagued the vessel of the red-haired, passionate goddess. Only one man, John Kenton, the American adventurer, could save Ishtar's priestess from the black magic which divides her worlds from ours. I think this is kind of early weird fiction. Yeah, copyright 1924. This is super early. I'm interested in this. Really incredible find, Indoctrinaire by Christopher Priest. I'm excited. I have this, and I have the one that everybody always talks about, The Inverted World, to talk about. This is in incredible condition. It was 95 cents when it came out. Has a wild, wild cover. Let's see if it tells us who this is. It does not tell us who did this really kick-ass cover. Got a chunk of books by Bob Shaw. I've heard so much good stuff about Bob Shaw. I'm looking forward to jump into his stuff. The first one I got was Night Walk, with an incredible cover. This guy walking in the swamp throwing psychic eyeballs, it looks like, out of his hands there. Short one, probably a quick read. It does not tell us who did that cover, but I'm looking forward to that one. I also got The Series Solution by Bob Shaw. The letters kind of pop on that. This is a later Daw printing. Number 590. This is after they gave up the yellow spine. Cover art by Vincent DeFate. I also got Fire Pattern by Bob Shaw. This is also a later Daw. Number 691. Cover art by Tony Roberts on that one. The Two Timers by Bob Shaw. I don't even know what this is. Looks super interesting. Yeah, I'd never even heard of this one. This is an Ace publication. Cover art by Stein is all it says. Looks like a man falling into some kind of portal. He's holding a gun. Another Ace, Who Goes Here by Bob Shaw. Halt and meet the strangest legion any man ever ran away to. They join the legion to forget, it says. It does not tell us who did this cover, but it's a crazy cool cover. Yeah, if you've read any of these Shaws, let me know where I should start. Cosmic Kaleidoscope by Bob Shaw. Told you I got a lot of Bob Shaw. Doesn't tell us who did that cover. A Wreath of Stars by Bob Shaw. Kind of a wild cover there. This is Adele. So this looks like it's illustrated. And the illustrations are by Rick Sternbach. But I don't know if he did the cover. But there you go. Continuing on with Bob Shaw, I got Ground Zero Man. This is an Avon publication. It's got a wild cover. The Discovery of Doomsday. Ground Zero Man. Oh, it says this is the first publication of Ground Zero Man in any form. So this might be a first edition. From September 1971, it does not tell us who did that crazy, weird cover. Awesome Norman Spinrad. An LB, I think that's Leisure, right? LB science fiction. The Men in the Jungle. It's kind of a thick-looking one. But I think that, well, no, that's pretty thick. The paper's pretty thick, though. 285 pages. Yeah, it's a Leisure book. 1967. Doesn't tell me who did that cover art. Another Norman Spinrad from Leisure. The Solarians. J. Palmer sensed the complete otherness of the Solarians, but they were his only hope. Solarians. I would say Solarians. 1968. No, 1966. So this came out before The Men in the Jungle. Another artist that I have done one book on, and I got Japanese mama stuck in my head. I was kind of iffy on the book. I liked it. There was parts of it I didn't like very much. And that's Jack Vance. I really want to read a lot more of Jack Vance's stuff just to see. And the first one I got was Big Planet. Cover art by Vincent DeFate. Copyright 1952 is when it was first published, it looks like. I also got The Blue World by Jack Vance. I don't like that cover as much. It looks like I don't know. Well, maybe it is a painting. I don't know what's going on with that cover. There's a monster that it looks like they cut and paste a different face on, if that's even a face. I don't know what that's supposed to be on there. Oh, I thought there was an octopus in front of the other monster, but it looks like it has tentacle arms. It'd be so weird to just be like, draw an alien. Like, what would an alien look like? Or even write about an alien. Science fiction, that's a heck of a job to try to figure out what aliens would look like. Another cover art by Vincent DeFate. I'm guessing that is a painting then. The more I look at it, the more it looks like a painting. At first it looked like kind of clip art. That's not my favorite cover. But the other Vincent DeFate covers we've seen thus far have been great. To Live Forever by Jack Vance. Immortal Revenge. Waylock had been granted eternal life, but now he was killing on borrowed time. Ballantine book. Cover art by Dean Ellis. Jack Vance, The Asutra. Book 3 of The Struggle for Freedom in the World of Durdane. I don't know if I have the first 2 books of this. I'll find out as I read more. Short one on this one. A Dell book, 95 cents when it came out. Got this crazy blue guy on the cover. Does not tell us who brought that little blue guy to life there. I got A.E. Van Vogt's The Voyage of the Space Beagle. Mine was falling apart. The pages were falling out, so I was very happy to get one in nice condition so that I can read this. Apparently, I think Van Vogt, or maybe it was Van Vogt, sued the movie Alien. I don't know who he sued directly, because he said that they got the idea from this. So, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, who did the cover for that? The cover reminds me of Dune. That looks like a cover that could work easily for Dune. Their mission to explore the limits of deep space and contact alien life forms. Yeah, look at this. This looks like a ship with a tunnel in it that they can zap through space. It does not tell us who drew that, but that looks like a Dune cover. Oh, this was incredible. I found a John Wyndham. Out of the Deeps, a deadly invasion from beyond the solar system. I know that John Wyndham wrote a lot of science fiction stories that were not under his name. He used pseudonyms when he first started. So this is probably one of those, and I'm sure it's good. Cover art by Vincent DeFate. Looks like Vincent's our man for a lot of these. Last but not least, I got a version of Jack of Shadows by Roger Zelazny. Signet, 95 cents when it came out. Wild cover. Doesn't tell us who did that cover, but Zelazny, most of what I've read by Zelazny I absolutely love. There's been a couple that weren't as good as the others, but I'm really enjoying this author, so I'm going to be glad to check this one out. I was also able to get from Joe probably half a box of books of Daw Yellow Spine paperbacks, which was absolutely incredible. I'm not going to go over those. I have been doing Daws, but it would take me hours to do that. And the truth is, we're getting close to me going through the Daws here on the channel. And once I do that, I want to start going book by book, going over who's the artist and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I was able to fill in quite a lot of holes in my Daw collection, thanks to Joe. Also, he had a couple of boxes full of old analog magazines, and I got a stack like that of analogs from him that filled a lot of the holes I had there, especially the late 60s and early 70s. All the way around, an incredible time. It was great to meet you, Joe. I loved talking sci-fi. I loved meeting all your pets. Really a wonderful experience all the way around. Thank you so much. All right, if you watched this to the end, thank you so much. And if you liked it, please click like. If you like this kind of content, please click subscribe, because we'll be making a lot more of it in the future.